Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Taking a quick look here at APT, seeing what's going on with this good old APT. We're just going to start with a fresh chart here. Draw out a weekly trend line here, effectively with a resistance level at 9.2. Just pay attention to that one for later. Of course, it helps to kind of get perspective on that. We can see it's been somewhat of a point of contention. So ideally, in a perfect world, we close above that 917, 920 mark, right there in the range that the price action's at right now. So again, non-exact science, just something I want to pay attention to. Welcome, of course, if you're new to the channel. Thanks for joining me here. I hope you can learn something today. The goal is to help you become a better trader, so obviously you want that for yourself. CryptoCash.tag is the website, link down below. We have an awesome Discord community, and of course some signals to go along with that for my premium group. Keep in mind, premium is swing trades where we have profits. We took, 85% on OP recently, ARB 87%, and what was it? Near protocol, that was from last year coincidentally, but we got Gala 33% in 24 hours. So again, they vary based on market conditions, but these are low 5x leverage trades, maybe 6 to 7x sometimes, depending on the strength of the coin. And just know, I contrast that with my day trading group. We have nice little, these are basically just an automated trading bot that I created for my day traders. You can check that out in your own time, of course. So that's part of our plus group. So what we want to look at first before we jump into the charts is liquidation. We have a solid $8.60, upwards of $8.65, and as low as about $8.40. So $8.40 to $8.65 was a heavy concentration level, and there's just more and more as the price continues higher. So a lot of folks are getting shaken out here. Not a lot of new shorts in the market, up at about 9.4. That does imply the price could pull back, depending if there's other factors present, just based on the simple fact that there's nothing left for the bulls to target. Right, there's no more bears left in the forest. Okay, so we'll talk about that. Let's jump into just kind of see Elliott Wave. We do have a small start to a wave here. We'll discuss that here in a minute. Just to quickly note, we can kind of see here with RSI, we bounced off 50. That's a perfect situation. The money flow index is averaging nicely, and we've got a nice RSI convergence. So those are all really good things we like to see. MACD convergence as well in the last 24 hours. That's very, very strong. That does imply we could see something along the lines of a cup and handle. There's potential for that. We can go draw out some fibs here, kind of see what that looks like, and make sure we do not reverse these and keep a close eye on this, okay? So we're gonna just take a look at these levels here, of course. Quickly to note, there are lower and upper levels of liquidity. Some upwards of 11.5, upwards of $12. So 11.5 to 12 could be a target. The same thing could be said down here as well, as low as 740, 630. Okay, liquidation levels are not guaranteed to be filled, but you should typically always see a partial fill, and that's what we've seen so far to the downside. Taking a look at the 4-hour time frame, this is where we can kind of reiterate the fact that there's new liquidity levels down here as low as 750. So the price does pull back to that level. That'd be probably a realistic bouncing point. We take a look here at the moving averages, we can see we're above all four. Fantastic sign there. Do not short into those kind of moving averages. Having said that, do not short into coins that have high money flow index and high RSI. When those two are exceeding 70, it's always a good sign. Again, I know it seems crazy because logic tells you it's overbought, but it's really not. It'll continue much higher. You'd be surprised. We got our second convergence on the stochastic RSI. I always talk about how positive this is. So a strong complementing factor leads to pumps, which we see here pretty strong, okay? So now, is this going to break this level? It's hard to say. We can see this upper liquidity level that's already been swept, so there's not much liquidity left. We've already addressed that here on the back-end heat map. So having said all of that, what does this mean for us? Well, TD sequential tells us we got a nice little reset consolidation. We're 4 4-hour candles, 16 hours into this continuation. They oftentimes last 36 to 72 hours. So I would say we're roughly halfway through. If we look at this coin's history, it does have a tendency of hitting 9s and then pulling back after 3 or 4 hours of overextension, or 3 or 4 candles of overextension, okay? So hypothetically, this coin is only halfway to its target and has much more room for growth. So I think this coin is looking pretty good, pretty solid with this little breakout here. I like this a lot. So taking a look at the 1 hour, let's go ahead and look for confirmation and see if it's worth taking a position with. And keep in mind too, this whole entire time I'm looking at reasons of not taking a trade. And so far we really haven't found any. Okay? So again, try to retrain your brain to remember that good traders look for opportunities not to trade instead of to trade, which implies that you're never forcing a trade if you're trying not to trade. Okay? Again, overtrading is a significant problem. I get a lot of members that come over to our community, fresh off the liquidation boat, following Tom, Dick, and Harry with their 50x to 100x leverage trades, and just getting demolished because they're trying to do the same thing, but they have less skills or just less risk tolerance. It's really all it boils down to. Okay, I make it sound easy. It's really not, but it takes time to develop. And I just hope that if you're currently a community member, you watch my university videos and educate yourself. It's really what we can do, right? And looking at the hourly though, let's go ahead and wrap this up. I'm sorry. We are all green lights to leave your long position open. There's no reason to short into this scenario here with the cloud. Fantastic situation, by the way. We just came up to an 8, got a little reset. We're up to a 3. Hypothetically, we got, once again, about 7 to 10 hours continuation on this shorter term time frame. So what does all this mean for us? Well, it means that we're in pretty damn good shape. We look at the 15-minute time frame. We can see a CC golden indicator telling us we are overextended, but there's no sell signals yet. And then we have roughly 3 to 4 buy signals back down at $8.30. Hindsight's 2020, right? Again, if only I had this indicator sooner. Again, I wish I had been watching this too, because you can actually set alerts with the indicator. It's really user-friendly, but I wasn't really having this on my radar at the time. Right now, I think it's pretty safe to say the price is going to stay where it's at. It's going to continue likely higher, and there's no reason to consider shorting this coin. So just be very, very careful. What we can do really quick is just kind of talk about potential areas of retracement if the price does pull back. It's common for the levels to be kind of lower here. Let's actually go with the hourly and kind of see. No, that's kind of a funky one. This will be a little bit better. What I'll do is I'll post this on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. They look a little something like this. I'll clean up the charts, of course, kind of let you know specifically where the price could go. But what I want to get at here is, regardless of what this fib is telling us, the Elliott Wave, it's common for the price action when it does retrace to hit these 0.618, 0.5, 0.382 levels. Okay, the halfway point is the most common. So we do see the price pull back. We could see some kind of a cup and handle pattern that launches. Okay, so if you don't get in now, hypothetically you can get in a little bit later. There's no guarantees the price is going to pull back though. You got to recognize that. Now that we've broken through this resistance level, again, this is a weekly resistance that we addressed at the very beginning of the video. There's a great chance the price will consolidate here and leg up, or potentially pull back a little bit and go up again. But the truth here is that this coin is here to stay. Okay, doesn't look like it's going anywhere, at least in the downward situation. And again, keep in mind, Bitcoin sells off by 5 to 10%. All this goes out the window. That's the funny thing about cryptocurrency. Most coins will retrace when Bitcoin does. So just keep in mind, Bitcoin's stable roughly at the 35.6, 44,000 range. Sorry, 43.6, 44,000 range. And we can see here that Aptos is doing quite well contrary to that. So what are your thoughts? Comment below. Let me know what you're considering here with this coin. Please like the video. Be sure to check out our newest and best exchange that we use. Our community loves this exchange, Bitunix, and I do too. Significant rewards. You use my link to register, but more important, they have like really cool competitions and little events. This event is listed in our promo section on our Discord, so be sure to check that out. But generally speaking, Aptos is a good, strong coin, and again, definitely something worth considering. So I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks again for your time. See you in the next one. Take care.